Hello,
Hello,
I'm Caitlin Powell,
and I'm Kate Butch.
and this is Queers Gone By, the show where we talk about nostalgic film, TV, not snacks, and try to account if that's what made us queer.
But today we will be talking about snacks.
Oh shit, we will! Because it's certainly not a full meal.
But look, I've got a lot to say about this.
Yeah, me too. A lot of opinions.
Today, we are reviewing. I think it's an oft requested. I'm not going to say much requested.
I think it's been requested maybe total 3 times? 2? 3?
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple. There's
But
3
it's
of
an
you going to
iconic
be
piece
happy.
of television.
Yeah.
It's Big Cook, Little Cook.
Yeah, which as far as I'm concerned is just 2 theatre kids who went too far.
Well, they are a comedy double act, which I found in my research.
Oh, really? What have they
must
done?
have fallen on hard times.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything else apart from this, I wouldn't say.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Anyway, it's known mostly, I'd say, for its theme song,
Yeah, I remembered the theme song well.
which is a bit of a banger.
It is. Absolutely.
Big cook, little cook, welcome to our cafe.
Lovely.
And then other words happening.
They had a really, it's such a nightmare fuel animation sequence while the song's playing. It was really upsetting.
It's not fun to look at.
Yeah, Little Cook looks like... Does it make sense if I say a mask Kelsey from High School Musical?
It really does. That is...
Not even that mask, just gendered a bit more male, but not really.
Kelsey with horrible sideburns.
Yes.
The sideburns on that tiny little goblin, they are appalling.
If I could recast Little Cook, I'd go with Chris Fleming. Do you know who that is? The one
yes, I do.
Who did the viral Company Is Coming video. Non-binary icon.
Yes.
Chris Fleming. Great comedian.
I didn't know Chris Fleming was not. Oh, lovely time.
Well, I don't know if they've used those words. I say he. I think he goes by he actually, but he's talked about I don't feel like a man, but I don't feel like a woman. It's good.
Always like Trisha Paytas.
He's not like Trisha Paytas.
Anyway, I think this is a really good indictment of why men should not be put in charge of absolutely anything.
They put 2 men in... Well, 1 man and 1 non-binary icon.
No, this specific small portrayal is not a non-binary icon.
Oh wait, have there
I will
been
not
different
allow that.
people who've played small?
No, I'm just comparing this one to Chris Fleming.
Oh, I see.
Hypothetically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's Ben, which is a name.
And Little, which is derogatory.
It's just like, does Small's parents, are they regular people size?
Oh, is he called Small? I thought he was called Little.
I see where the confusion has arisen.
Okay.
Because in the title, they're both adjective cook.
Yeah,
And then
but
we
at
meet
one point-
them,
at
and one
one
of them's got a real name, and the other one's got an adjective for a name.
Yes, but one of them... I swear Ben calls him Little.
No, he's called Small.
What?
As in, my name's Ben, and my name's Small. We've got the cleanest cafe of all.
Okay. But I do maintain that at one point, he gets called Little in the show. His name might
To be fair,
not
he is Little.
Little, but yeah, he is. But you can't just call people by adjectives. No. Yes, adjectives. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going crazy.
Unless you're a girl called Lucky.
What?
Let me tell you a story about a girl called Lucky.
Oh, fuck's sake.
She's so lucky.
She's a
star.
I
Let
said
me
that
tell
to
you
my
about
cat.
a cook named Small.
Please
He's so
Photoshop.
little. He's a cook.
Photoshop Small onto Britney Spears' face.
Maybe I will. And who can stop me?
No one's trying to stop you.
They're two cooks. I mean,
Yes.
they're one cook and a pesky goblin
Yeah,
who does
a
sweet
nuisance.
fuck all.
Yeah, yes.
Literally, if anything, he's not helping.
There were several times where I was
It's
like,
a hindrance.
I was like, we didn't need that bit from Small. Like, we didn't... No, Little. Like, what's his fucking name? Small, yes. Like, occasionally he has a little fly on a spoon. Don't you wish that you could be a fly on a spoon?
Fly on a spoon. A creepy little sneaky little...
Fly on a spoon. I'm getting deja vu. Have we done this before?
I have no idea. I think I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Right. Yeah, sorry. But before
Anyway.
he flies on a spoon, sorry. Oh, God.
They're like, this is the best cafe in the world. And I was like, with that interior design? No, thank you,
doubt
Alice.
it.
Horrible. It's many primary colours.
Yes.
It is migraine-inducing. Mm-hmm. And they make it even worse by stomping muddy footprints throughout the cafe.
Yeah, they've been on a little walk together.
Not a little, the longest walk humanly possible. And I'm like, I don't think Small was walking as much as Ben was walking.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're probably walking more.
Yeah, but I mean, like... Yeah, maybe Ben was just playing along.
Yeah, maybe they just went for
He's
like
like,
a wander around the garden.
Those 3 meters have really taken it out of me.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Otherwise, they went on a walk, and Ben went on a long walk and took Small in like a pocket or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Listeners, if you don't know about Big, we should probably preface that Little Cook is like tiny.
Yeah, minuscule.
It's
like
not
a
like
little...
they've got. We're not like height shaming someone.
Yeah, don't come for us, please. Please. I cannot mentally deal with that right now. Please.
He's like he's a man with a green screen behind him, basically.
Yeah.
And he's been superimposed onto this.
Mm-hmm. And there were some times where I had
cafe.
to stop and go, an adult man had to mime flying on a spoon or whatever else was happening. And that made me really happy, to be honest.
And another adult man had to mime pretending to talk to him. And
Do you think he just talked to nothing, or did they have a little, like a golf ball and a stick? Not a golf ball, tennis ball.
he was on the floor, like looking up at him, like.
I hope
so. And they're yawning all the fucking time.
I don't like. Why was this part of the plot?
I have absolutely no idea.
Like at one point, Ben. Oh my god, he falls asleep, and I was like, oh, this is going to be the crux of the plot. No, he just woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's such a lazy cunt. He's like, he says, I quote, well, pickle my onions. Let's hope we don't have to do much cooking today. You run a cafe.
You're a chef. Like this. Honestly, Ben, if you love what you do, you won't work a day in your life. Maybe you should become, I don't know, a computer technician.
Yes, and then he could send the little man in to do little rewiring.
Oh yeah! Oh, that'd be really cool. I want to see that program.
Big IT technician, little IT technician.
Yeah, exactly.
Commission it. Thank you, CBBS.
But his dreams are shattered because they get a knock on the little serving hatch.
Does anyone work front of house in this cafe?
No, I think in my mind it's a bit like a like it's not actually a cafe. It's a bit like a like
a little kiosk.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Small gets on his fucking spoon and flies over.
Yes.
And he peeks through the keyhole. Who lives in a house like this? And he's like, the customer is even smaller than me. Oh, that must be fucking small if you're smaller than Small.
Yeah. Teeny.
Yeah.
It's Ernie the elf.
Ernie the fucking elf, who... I mean, no, he's not the villain of the piece. I should not demonise
I'm
Ernie
sorry.
the elf.
In my opinion, Small is the villain of the piece.
both of these cooks are the villain of the piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will say why now, actually, because Ernie wants some food, and they have to work out what to cook him. So Small is like, let's read a story to help us cook. Let's have a look in Little Cook's book, where they just read a story. And I'm like, right, so you're not helping, you're just a theatre gay who wanted their moment in the spotlight. Like, this isn't helping, this is a story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, we need a story to help us cook. No, you don't.
You don't. At all.
Did you go to chef school?
No.
Also, be like, hi, Ernie, here's our menu. Pick something from the menu. Or otherwise, we're just going to fucking pick something for you and hope you like it.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, they do pick something with the word elf in the name. Wait, what's the story about? I can't even remember.
Oh, the story is Little Cook's Adventures in the Big World. Which
yeah.
I remember him saying every episode. And he's basically walking through the woods.
Oh, and he meets
and he
the
gets
elves.
dirty.
Who are cat.
Yeah, he rips his shoes up because he goes through some kind of briar patch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Ernie's elf friends are like, do you want some shoes? We know a shoemaker. And I was like, I have pushed aside the thought of the elves and the shoemaker for a long fucking time. And as soon as they mentioned this, a horrible, horrible memory came flooding back to me.
Uh-huh.
It's some sepia trauma in the style of Tracy Beaker. It's not really. I just had a really strong memory. In your school...
Yeah.
Primary school,
mm-hmm.
Did you ever put on, like, assemblies in your classes?
I think so, yeah.
Because I remember, like, every week it would be a different class's turn.
Ours weren't that frequent.
Well, I think, yeah, they got better up as the years got older.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of them would just be, like, the reception children being there, like, dancing around to some kind of piece of music that was on a cassette.
Uh-huh.
But I think there's maybe year 2 or 3 that I was in. And we did the Elves and the Shoemaker, and I had the fucking edgy teacher who was like, we're doing this play in the round.
Oh my god, iconic.
Being an elf in my school hall, looking at a circle of children who did not want to fucking be there.
Oh god.
And that was, I think, the moment that I realised that I would never be successful in the performing arts.
Well, you're proving him wrong, aren't you? You're proving him quick to judge.
I'm keeping them at bay for now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's these elves and the shoemaker, and they're like, oh, our friend the shoemaker can give you some new shoes because you've torn them up in the briar patch. And then, through magic, he goes to their kitchen and cooks them a food to say thank you.
Which looks a lot like couscous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked unappetising.
It did. These elves gave me the vibe of, like, the nice girls in the club who, like, lend you a mascara or something because you've cried.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, a friend tells me.
I imagine.
And
then
they were cute.
Small closes the book.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, that was a great adventure. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. And then...
Why would you say that about your own fucking piece of literature? No.
To rub salt in the wound, Big Cook pulls out Big Cook's cookery book. And I'm like, why did we sit through that? If you had a book on hand.
Yes, Small is like, oh, I can't remember what I cooked for them. And I'm like, then what was the point of the fucking story?
Yeah.
They get out this recipe book. And they make elfy mushrooms.
Which you messaged me with no context yesterday.
Oh yeah, I was deciding which episode that we should watch. And the only one that I could find that had the theme tune was Elfy Mushrooms.
And you just went, Elfy Mushrooms?
That's a good drag name.
Yes. It is.
Is it meant to be a pun?
I thought it was supposed to be a pun on healthy mushrooms. But then, I guess it was healthy in that it was small and bad. But, like, I don't know. I wouldn't put... I guess cream cheese is health. It has regular cheese. I don't know. What is health? Anyway.
Elfie, now that we're mushrooms, I've decided to make you my new project.
That's
Abby,
good.
I wrote down the ingredients.
Yeah.
For this. Listeners, when you hear the ingredients, imagine what's going to be made from them.
I mean, it starts with a wild card.
Fucking bread?
Yeah, they just go, bread. And I was like, what?
Bread.
You making a sandwich? What's happening?
We've got onion, egg, radishes. Now, I'm going to go on another bloody tangent here.
Do you hate radishes
Anytime I hear the word... No, I bloody love a radish.
Do you? I'm not a fan.
I recently made some, like, quickly pickled radishes as well. Which
I
were
love
really nice.
that. Ooh.
It takes, like, 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Me and my sister used to have a CD-ROM of, like, a Beatrix Potter thing. Wonderful World of Beatrix Potter or whatever. And there was a game where you had to, like, collect vegetables that fell from the sky with Peter Rabbit. And anytime I see or think or hear the word radish, an involuntary reaction happens in my brain, which is just Peter Rabbit going, "It's radish time!" And then thousands of radishes falling from the sky that you have to catch.
Well, now I'm not going to be able to think of radishes without that now.
I wonder if anyone else had that CD-ROM, or if, like,
well, a lot
I'm
of
the only person that ever
tell
thinks
me
of
about
radish
your
time.
childhood. I am concerned that you've just, like, had a fever dream about your childhood. And
Maybe I was grown in a lab and
I mean,
they injected a memory into my head.
Yeah, because some of the things you say, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And some of the things you say, I'm like, I don't think that was real. It's radish time!
It's radish time!
Actually, that sounds real. Yeah.
We've got radishes. We've got soft cheese. We've got cheese. And I was like, hang about. How soft is this cheese, please?
Oh, I was fuming about this. He's like, we're going to use cheese slices. I'm like, are you teaching kids to phone it in? Hate
Cut
that.
corners.
And it's such orange cheese as well. I was furious, but not a red Leicester. It's just orange cheese.
It's like that American plasticky cheese.
Yeah, hated it. Was so angry.
And also, it doesn't specify what the soft cheese is. Is it a brie? Is it a cream cheese?
Oh, I think it's a cream cheese because he like spoons
It's a cream
it out.
cheese, but a brie is soft.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, he should have said cream cheese instead of soft cheese.
Can you say cream cheese on the BBC? You must be able to.
I mean, he cream cheese is small later.
We'll
I don't think that should be allowed.
get on to that, bloody hell. And then he's like, and our final ingredient is, of course, mushrooms.
But they haven't got the mushrooms!
They haven't got any fucking mushrooms. And then instead of being like, oh, maybe we'll choose something else from our repertoire that we clearly don't fucking possess.
Bold to assume they have a repertoire.
That book has one page and it changes every fucking time. And I'm like, just remember what recipes you cooked. Make a goddamn menu.
It's the room of requirement for cookbooks.
Oh, God, I hate it. And then Small gets on his fucking spoon again.
Yeah.
And he flies over a primary school and they all wave at him.
Oh, yeah.
And in my primary school, we'd throw rocks.
Oh, God. He's different. Get him.
Did you ever have in your primary school that magical day when a helicopter landed on your field?
No. What?
Was that not a helicopter day? Was that not a thing?
Helicopter day? Excuse me?
I remember we all got a picture taken of us from above.
What?
I think we spelt out a word or something.
Oh, God, I hate that. But
I hope it was cunt. And then the helicopter landed and we all stood by the helicopter.
Did anyone get out of the helicopter?
I don't remember. My head teacher got decapitated.
Was it like I can't remember what it's called, like the helicopter rescue service?
Potentially.
It wasn't just a random
Because I live in the
rich
Peak
person.
District. So
Okay, yeah, it sounds
there's
like
like
it was
a lot of like mountain rescue kind of thing.
I feel like they intended you to take away more from the day than helicopter.
When you're a small child...
Oh yeah, I'm not blaming you.
And a big noisy whoosh whoosh thing comes in.
Yeah, you're all on
You're
the
like,
big
"Hiya,
whoosh whoosh thing.
love this. I will remember nothing else. Did you also ever do... I know this is completely off topic. Did you ever do that thing where you drew a picture of yourself? Oh! Did you live near the coast?
No, we are... Worcester is almost as far as you can get from the sea. Like, from anywhere in the UK. It's almost like the furthest
so is Derbyshire.
From the sea.
We're bloody landlocked here.
Yeah, but, like, because, like, everything else... the width is so wide all around.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Sure.
Very much the middle of the Midlands.
Mid-Midlands. Yeah, smack bang. Yes, with Wales on the other side as well, so... Yeah, I don't know why, but one time a lifeboat showed up on the playground. Oh, because there was a river. That's why.
I see.
That'll be...
Yeah. Anyway, do you remember drawing a picture of yourself and then sending it in to somewhere, and then a few weeks later you'd get a tea towel back with everyone's face on it?
Yes! I still have... Well, my mum still has some of those.
I think I'm probably going to look at it and I'm going to know exactly why I have such a low opinion of myself and... where it started, really, because the pictures that I would draw of myself, not nice.
The girls would draw, like, the most beautiful, like, model portraits, and all the guys would do, like, stick figure monsters with, like, massive spiky hair. It was very unsettling.
I would try and do a really nice photorealistic interpretation of myself.
Oh. How would that go?
And I would be unsuccessul every time.
Okay.
I was a circle with eyes.
There was a year when all the girls did, like, massive lips. And I'm like, they predicted, like, Kylie Jenner and Instagram models.
In tea-towel form.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and find some of those.
Yeah.
How exciting. Anyway, he flies to a mushroom factory? Question mark?
Yeah.
We just watch the mushrooms get picked.
Yeah.
And put in a punnet.
And then he returns. But crucially, he's not carrying any fucking mushrooms.
To be fair, he's very small.
Yes, but then he magics the mushrooms, and I would argue, if you could have magicked the mushrooms, then why the fuck did you have to go in the first place?
Why didn't Ben just go to the shops?
True.
That would have taken a lot less time. Mm-hmm. But aren't you glad that as a child you had that enriching experience of watching some mushrooms be put in a punnet?
Yeah.
That taught me everything I need to know.
Now I know that when I see mushrooms in a punnet, they've been put in a punnet. I'm not like, well, how did these get here?
And then they sing a song about all the dishes that they could cook.
Yeah,
but
it seemed like a bit of an irrelevant song to start with, because they just started naming nouns.
Yes, I didn't write any of them down except for one. And I got so taken aback by the one that I didn't write any more down.
Oh my god.
Because small is like, we could make envelope surprise. And I was like, what the fuck is envelope surprise? What have you put in that envelope, please?
That's a hate crime.
I bet it's just a mushroom in an envelope. And then here you are.
Mushroom in an envelope. Ah, my gender.
We've cooked. No, you fucking haven't cooked. They do say, have you cleaned the surfaces? Have you washed your hands? And I'm like, yes and yes.
Yeah. They also
say,
because he's washed the mushrooms, and Ben says, well done, Small. That's the most important part. And I would like to bring your attention to our Story Makers episode, where you said you don't have to wash muddy mushrooms.
Well, I stand by it.
Ben has something to say about that.
Ben can fuck himself.
I would say, these are like probably the cleanest mushrooms I've ever seen. Pre-wash.
Yeah, they didn't need a wash.
Yeah, I might not have washed those mushrooms, but if Ben's on my side, I'm going to stick to my guns.
Okay, well, we'll agree to disagree.
Okay. I had people messaging me about that last time. I was like, is this fake?
What did they say?
Like, well, half of them were going, you're right. No, actually, two of them were going, you're right. The rest of them were being like, no, I don't wash mushrooms. And I was like, okay. It was very upsetting.
Yeah, well, we might have to put another poll out about washing mushrooms.
I remember it was like neck and neck.
Oh, well.
Oh.
It's a rematch. It's a
it
bloody
was
rematch.
neck and neck because you didn't clarify. You talked about, like, fruit or something. No one washes fruit. I'm talking about, like, stuff with dirt on it.
Okay, well, you could be in charge of the poll.
My wording will be, is it disgusting to not wash filth off your food?
Are you an obscene piece of garbage if you don't rinse your fungi that has been so lovingly put in a punnet by a lady in a factory?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Right, if they've got a whole fucking factory to put some mushrooms in a punnet,
why don't they just wash them there?
They could stretch to getting a tap or a hose.
Yeah, this is what I don't get. Whenever I see mushrooms that have, like, an excessive amount of mud on them, because sometimes you get ones with, like, clumps on them, I'm just like, this could, surely, in 2020, this could be done. This could be achieved. I don't know.
I think we've got a money-making scheme.
Washing mushrooms.
Yes.
And then sending them to people in envelopes.
Yes, envelope surprise. Yes.
Envelope surprise. Soggy envelope surprise.
Anyway, Ben goes and turns on the oven to something degrees or gas. Do you remember gas mark?
Yeah.
Gas mark 4. Do you remember?
I don't
think
think
I still use gas mark.
Yeah, sometimes on instructions it's like gas mark 4 or whatever. I don't know who's using it. I've never seen. What is that for? Like an Aga, or is it just a kind of oven?
For a gas oven.
Oh wait, no, I do. Yeah. Hang on. Actually, yeah, my oven back in London has that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Wait, am I going crazy? I think I'm going crazy. Ignore me.
Well, yeah, okay. I will. And we've got to be careful because the iconic line, get an adult to help us. The oven is hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
Which I do actually think anytime I use an oven, I'm like, oh, it's hot, hot, hot.
Really? Aww.
So that's pervaded my life.
Then they start making their thing. They crumble in some bread.
He just sticks his hand in some bread.
Yeah, and just mushes
He's
it
like,
up
I'm making
a bit.
breadcrumbs. And I'm like, no,
Aren't you supposed
you're
to...
not.
Aren't breadcrumbs made, like, by whacking? I've no idea. I've never made
That's
breadcrumbs.
biscuit crumbs.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you're doing a buttery biscuit base, you
Yes.
put it in a bag and whack it.
Breadcrumbs,
I would put in a blender.
Buttery biscuit base. Okay.
Like a food processor, or I'd grate it.
Grate it?
I wouldn't just pull it apart 3 times with my hands.
When you say you grate it, are you talking about a loaf with, like, a hard exterior or, like, a soft boy?
You could freeze a piece of bread
Oh, right.
and then grate it, so then it's
that
more
makes
solid.
sense. Yeah. Yes, they put an egg in it and the onion.
Oh, it gives the mushrooms.
Oh,
the
yeah,
stalks of the mushrooms to rip apart. He's just there going, mash, 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 mash.
Very similar vibes to Ian McKellen's lap, lap, lap.
Mash, mash, mash.
Lap, lap, lap. Yeah, so they combine all that together, and then...
Oh yeah, they mix the mushroom stalks, the bread, the onions, the egg, the soft cheese. And as he's doing the soft cheese...
He cream cheeses small.
He fucking spaffs it all over
Yeah.
his little goblin friend.
And it did seem malicious, I won't lie. Because he says we're going to have 1 spoonful of cream cheese. Oh no, soft cheese. And he puts the soft cheese in, and then he just grabs another spoon and just thwacks it.
And then Small says the very telling line. He says, not again.
Yeah!
Once is an instant, but twice is a hobby.
Yeah. And 3 times is a hate crime.
3 times a lady.
Lady /hate crime.
Once, twice, 3 times a hate crime.
I was going to ask you, because I figured this is something you might remember. Is this a common theme of, like, stuff getting spaffed all over Small?
I think there is, like, a vine of Small getting some icing spaffed on him. And, like,
oh, no,
it looks just like spaff.
Isn't that, the remix of Lazy Town with Little John?
Oh,
It's
what?
a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Pretty cake.
If
what?
the way is hazy, gotta do the cooking by
do
the
the
book. What?
Shit!
Yeah.
No one gets spaffed on in that, I don't think.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I will
I
send
haven't
it to
seen
you
the
after
video.
this.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Well, there's definitely I think it's a regular occurrence that Ben spaffs on Small.
Okay. I believe it, because obviously we have the verbal evidence from Small.
We do. We bloody do. And then finally I realised what they were making. They were making some stuffed mushrooms.
Yeah.
It looks utterly vile.
Yeah, they don't season it at any point. It looks so bland.
Yeah.
Did you notice that too?
Season this.
Yeah.
Please.
Even if you're just doing salt and pepper, even if you're just doing that, just something. Oh, so upsetting.
Honestly.
So upsetting.
And
stop doing that.
They waste a whole fucking baking tray to put 3 mushrooms on top.
And they're so small.
I don't know if you had this kind of similar upbringing. My mum would be like, okay, if we're using the oven, we're going to get the best use out of it. We're going to put like a couple of things, like if you've made cake mix, you'll wait until we're having our tea. We're not going to put the oven in for one tray. Least of all, 3 mushrooms on one tray. These are not even those big portobello mushrooms. They're just regular sized mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my dad had that, like, what's it called? Moral, I don't know, motto about cooking. I don't know. But I think if I'd come up to him with 3 mushrooms and said, we're putting this in the oven, he would have torn me to pieces.
Good.
Because it is insanity.
Yes. Oh, and they also put the horrible slices of cheese on top of... So they put the mushrooms upside down. I'm like, the filling's going to fall out.
Yeah.
Firstly.
Oh, and they've got an idea about that, though, coming up.
Oh, God. And then they put the horrible cheese on top, and they put it in the oven for 15 minutes.
Yeah. And I was like...
Just in case you're baking along at home.
I was like, this will probably come out quite nice. It didn't. It looks so bad. And
then he's like, oh, well, we're going to wait the 15 minutes. Oh, look, my muddy footprints are still here. I'm like, well, what a perfect time to clean them up. What the fuck is this kitchen's hygiene rating?
Low.
You've got to put that in your window or on the edge of your kiosk or whatever. That's like, he's like D or E territory going on there.
Yeah. I think in terms of like parental cooking instructions, post putting something in the oven would be, right, we're clearing up now.
Yes. Or clean as you go along.
Oh, I'm a big fan of clean as you go along.
Clean up your fucking footprints before you...
Yeah.
What was Ben doing when Small was...
Having a nap.
Away.
We've been through this. He was having a nap.
Oh, yeah.
Lazy man.
Prick.
Yeah.
You could have tidied up while he was reading his story. The story wasn't that interesting or difficult to follow.
Yeah.
You could have tidied up when he was away. You could have... And then you could have tidied up when the bloody 15 minutes were going on.
Yeah. And
no!
Then there's even more time later, because they take out the mushrooms and they're like, right, we have to wait for this to cool. And instead of cleaning, they do a fucking bad dance. And then, so we get a few seconds of the dance, which Small does. And then Ben is like, oh, the mushrooms have cooled now, which implies that the dance actually went on for several minutes.
Maybe he just wanted him to stop.
Yes.
Maybe he was like picking up the mushrooms, burning his fingers because they weren't cool yet, but thank God he didn't have to keep watching that shit dance.
Yes. It was a shit dance.
Watch me dance. Oh, no. Oh, look, it's ready now. Oh, sorry. Can't watch any more dance. Which is a trick that my parents have played on me.
I was going to say, this is going to be me as a parent.
Like, you've got no skin on your fingertips, but thank God you haven't had to watch your child do anything performative.
Oh, God. So they start assembling the mushrooms.
Well, it turns out, what time is it? It's radish time.
And this was...
Because I knew you listeners, you were like, what's happened to the radish? Where they haven't used them yet? And I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And as soon as I kind of gathered what they were doing, I was like, oh my God, that's going to look great. It's going to be like a toadstool. Again, no. I had so much faith in this programme.
Yeah, he cuts the tops and the bottoms off the radishes so that they can
Be flat.
Sit flat.
Yeah.
And then he puts a little bit more of the soft cheese, on the radishes, and then precariously balances the upside down mushrooms. I'm like, this is not what God intended.
This was so anxiety inducing. This was
but I was
tottering.
so stressed.
Yeah.
It's like bloody vegetable Jenga.
Yeah. That toadstool is my mental health in isolation. I swear to God. It was seconds away from crumbling. And they had such a long, camera, what's it called? Camera stare? I don't know. Shot.
I like stare. Stare is more appropriate.
Camera stare at this poor actor trying to assemble a radish and a mushroom. It was so fucking funny.
And then I was like, okay, now there's a time that you sprinkle a bit of salt and pepper on it.
Yes.
Cool.
Maybe some herbs.
Maybe some chili flakes. I don't even mind. Yeah. Whatever. No.
No.
And then he has the audacity to say, oh, I hope he likes them. I'm like, can you imagine going to a cafe, sitting down, and they're like, here it is. And you're like, oh no, I haven't ordered yet. I was actually waiting for someone to bring me a menu. You don't seem to have any menus around. But no, I have some food allergies, and I've got some dietary requirements. I can't have cheese. I can't actually have mushrooms. And
this looks awful.
Yeah. Also, I see you haven't put any salt and pepper on the tables either. Do you have that here? No one's asked me if I want a drink or anything. This is actually the worst cafe I've ever been to. My TripAdvisor rating is going to be the floor, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they put it through
sorry, I just let you go on with that. I wasn't sure when you were finished, so I just sat back and let you ramble.
Thank you for indulging me. Then they finally sing the cleaning song, which, to be fair, is a bit of a banger.
Yeah.
I can't remember how it goes,
but yeah.
But I enjoyed it, yeah. It's like, wiping all the bits and bobs, things that help us do our jobs. And then they're like, we've got the cleanest kitchen of all.
Is that all? I don't know.
That's not the whole song. There's a bridge. I don't know the whole song. But I remember they go, my name's Ben, and my name's Small. We know. We've got the cleanest kitchen of all. And I was like, I don't think you fucking do, lads.
No, that is a bold claim.
How dare these men sing a song about cleaning, and then they expect me to believe they've got the cleanest kitchen of all, and then they finish the song and they say, oh, let's clean up the footprints now.
Yeah.
Are you fucking joking? I'm offended.
A whole song about cleaning.
And they lured me in. I enjoyed the song. I was like, yep, this is a great song. But it's not fucking thorough enough. Jesus Christ.
I will say, this isn't a defence. I'm not a Big Cook, Little Cook cleanliness apologist.
Sounds like you're about to be, but okay.
I don't think they're running a viable business. Well, I mean, they're not. But also, because when the plate gets passed back, the empty plate, instead of money, it's like, to say thank you, here's a thimble full of dust. And honestly, as someone trying to make their way in the world through creative endeavours, I related so hard. We don't have any money, but we have a thimble of dust. I just want money. No, a thimble of dust for you.
Do you remember that video of that guy getting arrested? He was a dine and dasher.
No.
And there's this guy being arrested because he tried to dine and dash.
Uh-huh.
And then he's like, why are you arresting me? For just a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? It's a phenomenal video.
I do slightly... Yeah, I kind of remember that, actually. Oh.
Get your hands off my penis! I like to think that there was,
that was
a police car outside for Ernie the Elf. A succulent, horrible mushroom.
Balanced on a radish. So yeah, that's but the thing is special. The
dust, yeah.
The dust helps them clean or something. And they were
It's
like,
some
the
kind of magic
dust
dust.
helps us clean. And it's like, yeah, it does sound stupid, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then they're like, fucking bye then. And I'm like, okay, that's the end. Shit, we don't get to see the dust. Yeah. We don't even get the payoff of seeing the clean fucking floor.
No, which is what we were all waiting for. It's all I cared about.
That was all I wanted. All I wanted from this whole episode is to see that clean floor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the end.
That's the end, yeah.
Very, yeah, sudden ending.
Yes, I want to know, like, where do they stand with HMRC?
They don't pay tax.
What is this business model?
I mean, if they're getting paid in dust.
My little tiny friend steals things from factories with magic. And then we cook food that no one's asked for. And just give it them based on literally their species.
Yeah. Which is really racist
I'm sure
when you think about it.
There are other episodes and it's like, oh, she's a princess. She must love peas or something.
Oh, fuck's sake.
And it's like, this is very assumptive behaviour. It's a bit Hester Blumenthal, but not.
Not.
I think they've watched a couple of Heston videos and like, this is what Heston does. We're going to do it.
Yeah, we could do that without any skills. It is very mask in that way.
It is, yeah. These men need to not be in charge of it. Men, just stop being in charge of things, men.
Yeah.
Name me one thing that a man has managed successfully.
I can't. It's never been done.
Exactly.
And that's science.
And that's that on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
Period.
Yeah. Was it camp?
I don't. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think it might have. I think an attempt was made.
Yes.
You know,
it wanted to be camp.
Yeah, it's a children's TV show, and they were going for gold. But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it is. Sorry.
It's too straight to be camp.
Yeah, but
it's not even straight camp.
I do think Little Cook is queer.
Yes, and I think I found Big Cook attractive.
Okay. Yeah, I won't begrudge you that.
Is he big everywhere?
Maybe, I don't know. He probably wouldn't be running a shit cafe if it was, wouldn't he?
Big Cook, Little Dick. Big Cock, Little Cock. What are we thinking? Jesus Christ. Make a porn parody, please, someone.
Oh, I'm sure they have. Oh, you know who was quite camp? The elves.
Yes, we only saw them briefly in that horrible story.
Yeah, but they had little skirts on. I love them.
Yes. Oh, and of course the spaffing of the soft cheese. That was...
Oh. High camp.
one for the parents.
Yes. Do you think it's meant to look like that? Or is it just supposed to be, ha, someone's got messy?
I think it must be for, like, the exhausted parents who've been forced to watch this with their spawn.
But, like, where would you be as a person where someone gets spunked on and you find that hysterical? Like...
you and me, just before we started recording this.
Really?
No, I'm joking. It was kind of like a... Huh. Yeah, it wasn't like PMSL.
Yeah, but yeah. So I just wonder, like, is it funny? Is that? Do I find that funny? I'm not sure I do. I don't know.
I think you've got to imagine yourself in the shoes of like a sleep-deprived parent.
Yeah.
Who is counting the days until their child is 18. It's a shame because they're 3.
Yeah. I just can't... Yeah.
And they're like, I want to watch Big Cook, Little Cook. And you're like, there's no nutritional value to any of the thing they're cooking.
This better have a cum shot.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? The logic is?
Well, I think it's just like an oasis of... Because like, from what I gather, when you have a child, that kind of becomes your whole world, and you don't get much time to like socialise or like spend time with other adults without children there. So I think something that's a bit more NSFW, risque, might be a nice little oasis in the vapid.
I guess what I'm wondering is, are cum shots fundamentally funny or not? Write in, let us know.
That's what we're trying to set out to find in this whole podcast.
Yeah. That is the thesis of this project.
This is the new direction. Where we talk about film, TV and snacks and try to work out if cum shots are funny.
Yes, please. Let's do that from now on.
Yeah, that's a great thing to take with us into June Whitfield June.
Yes. Are we letting people know what the plan is?
Should we?
I don't know.
Or should we not?
Actually, let's not, because, little reminder, Friday is the quiz gone by.
And I know that, like, your nice lady's putting her album out that same day. We understand.
Yeah, I'll be quite busy. It's good that we pre-recorded.
Yes, and you can, like, pick and choose when you play it, as we said in the last episode. Yeah. You don't have to do it on the Friday. You can listen to your chromatica.
It's got Elton John on it. Show some respect.
I'm sorry. You can listen to your nice friend's record. Is it on vinyl?
I believe it can be, yeah. I think you can get vinyls.
Oh, and you got free pants with it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't, but...
Did you not? Fake fan.
I don't like thongs.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Thong. I was recently reminded of the Glee version of that song.
You know what? I didn't realise that Alex Newell, who sings...
Yeah.
To the lights and... Oh, from Glee.
Yes.
I didn't realise that. It's amazing. We need to watch Glee again.
While you're waiting for your album to come out, listen to the Broadway revival of Once on This Island, which has Alex Newell in. It's a musical. Alex Newell is in it, and is sensational. Once on This Island. Is
that going to be on like Spotify or something?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm so excited. I'll do that. Okay. What a camp old week.
Yeah. Lovely time.
Yeah.
So yeah, listeners, please do that quiz at some point.
We worked so hard on it.
Really hard.
If you
don't. Follow us on social media at Quiz Gone By. We've got a mushroom poll for you to do.
Oh god, I don't want to do that again.
Follow me at Kate Butch 1.
And follow me at Caitlin R. Powell on Instagram and at Caitlin PWLL on Twitter.
And we shall see you for June Whitfield, June.
Yes. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.